All right. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Try that. I'll give you about a minute at your table. Try to answer that multiple choice question. Come to consensus at your table. So, that multiple choice question, come to consensus at your table.
Yeah, me either. I was about to say, I'm like, I didn't post time for it all.
Everything is not a good thing.
Yeah. Where am I going? I need to start testing Texas.
Day 3.
Well, she has yeah, same. I hate the green ones in the middle of the blue text. That's a really annoying. Yeah, it's just like green. You can tell if they saw it or not. So you like send it again, like when crazy sending this 3 times.
Consensus on that multiple choice question. Not on Facebook. Change from a smile to a frown. So let me know when your table has reached consensus. Table come to consensus? Geez, table come to consensus? Okay, come back. Has your table come to consensus? Has your table come to consensus? Has your table come to consensus?
Oh, wait.
Well, are you consensing? Jury might be out.
Wait,
Just come to consensus. Yeah, either or.
Oh yeah, no. I had to find out some
Consensus?
Like I was literally just like, oh, okay, and I was like, you know, parties prices. Like, yeah, and I'm like, cool. Like nobody tell me.
All right, we're waiting on 2 tables.
Big C. I don't really know. C.
Okay. So we are all in consensus. Okay. All right. Interesting. You all picked the same answer. What did you pick? No, that's right. Good job. Good job. Okay, so remember that second derivative tells us our concavity. Okay, that second derivative tells us whether we have a smile or a frown. So the points of inflection is when that second derivative is 0. Okay, so we have smile turning to frown. That's one inflection point. Frown, 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 frown. Smile. There's another. Smile, smile, smile. Frown. There's another. And frown the whole way through, right? Okay, so there's our points of inflection. So definitely 3. Okay, so we know our second derivative here equals 0. Okay, which means if we would call this A and B and C. If we would graph A, B, and C on the second derivative graph, because we know how we're working on graphing the derivatives, where would points A, B, and C be graphed on the second derivative graph? On the axis, exactly. They would be right here, because the inflection points are when the second derivative equals 0. Does that make sense? And we're going to be doing a little bit of that today. We're going to be matching up graphs of the derivative and the second and the function with equations, with descriptions, okay, all using these sort of characteristics. Where are my points of inflection? Not that this has anything to do with this multiple choice question, but let's talk about the first derivative test, right? Where is my first derivative equal to 0? How many of those locations do I have on this function? 3. Where are they? Okay. At point A, because we have a what? A plateau. And where else? Between B and C, because we have a what? A valley. So there's the first derivative equal to 0. And then here's our hill. First derivative equal to 0. Okay? Notice at point A, we have a first and a second derivative equal to 0. That happens. When we have a point of inflection, when we're changing from a smile to a frown or vice versa, notice the tangent line crosses across the function. That happens. It still touches it in one spot, and it's still, its derivative is what this derivative approaches and what this derivative approaches. Okay, so it just so happens that at points of inflections, that tangent line literally crosses the graph. Okay, not so much here or there at the valley and at the hill, because we don't have changes in concavity. So if we would graph the first derivative, we would have point A again with a value of 0, and then some sort of 0 between B and C and outside of C. So we'd have some sort of 0 here, and we'd have some sort of 0 here. Okay, so that's kind of the focus for today, is can we look at a function and pick out its graph of its derivative and its graph of its second derivative. And the way we're going to do that is that we're going to basically play a matching game. So the cards that I'm handing out to you I thought you were going to. You were looking right at me. Right here. Nice. Ready, Karen? Wonderful. Ready, Sophie? You caught it. Okay, so these cards that I just tossed out to you have the blue cards are all the graphs. So what we're going to do is you're going to put the graphs down in order 1 to 10. Okay, so the blue cards are the graphs. You're going to just list them in order 1 to 10. They've got G1 to G10. And then you're going to match up your equations. All your equations are the yellow cards. And then you're going to match up your descriptions. Those are the orange cards. And then the pinks are the derivative, first derivative, and the greens are the second derivative. So you're just going to match those up. Okay? And as you discuss what characteristics are what, I'll come around and check with your group. Okay? And then there's an organizational table, so if you put these vertically on your desk, G1 to G10, then you can fill out this organizational table real quickly. Okay? So as you work on that, I'll come around and check. As you get done, we're continuing with the web sign. No new web sign today. Just finish up the old stuff. Next group, can I have you keep the yellow numbers down on the grid eventually? Awesome. I think everybody's passed yellow. Awesome. Oranges are good. Way to go. Did I check your oranges? Yeah, or should I? Okay, where's the oranges? Awesome. Take a quick picture. Yeah, your prize. Can you put down oranges up there? I tried to sell it. Can I check something?
Can you read me the things?
Okay.
Well, no, it's the second time. I think we say three.
So, yeah, 162.
That was a little off.
And we got 4, 10, 9, 7.
Can I move it down? I just want to do that.
The next one. Oh, yeah, I saw that. Oh, that'll be
10, 9,
8, 7,
1,
6.
2, 4.
Ew, that's really ugly.
Yeah, it is.
Two of them what for?
Can we get you to put pics up
She
there?
literally
Just put in,
Really? I'm not talking about that.
Oh, I see you now. Sorry about that. Wait a minute.
She had it on Monday, but then she said that the thing closed.
5,
So what was I
6,
telling you to do?
2, 7, 8,
Yeah.
4,
Okay, yeah, check it out. Wait a minute, hold that last one. Here's this function has
You never read? Yeah. Best thing you've ever seen.
I don't know why. I tried every single last time. And none of them were right. And not the best ones either.
Hey.